Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday, your daily stop for virtual reality content. My name is Dee, and today we are checking out Back to Dinosaur Island from Crytek. If you're not familiar with Crytek, they are a pretty famous game developer, the developer of the Far Cry series, as well as the Cryengine game engine, which was used to develop the Far Cry series. And this demo is called Back to Dinosaur Island because way back in 2001, Crytek actually created another demo, which was called Exile/Dinosaur Island. And this was intended to really push the limits of what NVIDIA GPUs could do at the time by having this kind of vast jungle environment, having all these dinosaurs wandering around in it all at the same time, just a really big world. And they liked that demo so much they decided to turn it into a full-fledged game engine, and that is where Cryengine came from, and which they used then to develop the very first Far Cry game. So they've recently added support for VR to Cryengine. This was not a small effort. According to Road to VR, they have a 50-person team working on this, and they're planning to actually use it right away to develop a VR exclusive title for PlayStation VR, and that's going to be called one moment here. It's going to be called Robinson the Journey, which is just a story of an astronaut who lands on a planet, and suddenly there are dinosaurs and stuff everywhere, and he has to fight for his survival. So that's going to be coming to PlayStation VR hopefully very soon. Apparently, they're working on it right now. And this is kind of a little taste of that, and the kind of fidelity you can expect from it, and how effectively they've adapted VR into this new engine. And this is a big deal because CryEngine, they're a small set of game engines that are used by pretty much all games, and all game-like applications. There's Unity, there's Unreal Engine, there's CryEngine, and there's a couple more. But this is one of the really big ones, and it's the Source Engine is another one, and it's exciting to see all of these really big and well-known engines just getting really strong virtual reality support for all the latest VR platforms. Without further ado, I am going to jump in and check out the demo. By the way, if I look a little bit clearer today, it is because I made some adjustments to the camcorder in my setup. I am, in short, I was using digital zoom before, and it was effectively upscaling and ruining the resolution. So hopefully you'll be able to see a lot more sharp details on me in this intro scene and in the face cam during the demo. Anyway, I'm going to jump into it. Let's go meet some dinosaurs. All right, here we are in Back to Dinosaur Island. Up there is the Crytek logo, and up there is apparently the copyright statement just hovering over my head. Copyright 2015 Crytek. All rights reserved. Crytek CryEngine and the respective logos are trademarks or registered trademarks of the Crytek group of companies in the EU, the US, and other territories. Oculus, Oculus VR, Oculus Rift, and the Oculus Eye logo are trademarks of registered trademarks of Oculus VR LLC. All other trademarks are the property of their respective owners. Okay. Legalese floating over my head, being a little bit intimidating. So everything's running super smooth, 60 frames a second so far. I have full positional tracking. I can lean in and check out these instructions. So the keyboard right below me here shows me all the keys that work in this demo. There aren't many of them. Spacebar starts the demo, backspace recenters, escape exits. So it's a very minimalistic demo. All of the interactions are gaze-based, which is nice for a simple demo that you can just show people without having to explain, like, here's a gamepad, and A jumps, and B rolls, and use the control stick to cook eggs, and, you know. So it's also interesting because it uses purely pictographic instructions. There's letters on the keys, but other than that, like, all this other stuff is purely pictographic. So and that actually kind of makes it really hard to interpret. So it looks like this one says to look at the little dinosaur, just for some reason. This one, I believe, is saying that I can dodge the dragonfly by moving my head out of the way. This reminds me a bit of that I Expect You to Die, where they're gonna, like, shoot the laser at your face and you have to dodge your head out of the way. This next one, I read a bit about this. This is saying that if you move your head while the T-Rex is looking at you, the T-Rex will mimic your movements. I really don't think this pictograph adequately expresses the subtleties of those instructions. And this next one, something about I think it's saying if you look at the eggs very closely, it will hatch the eggs, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, let's jump into the demo. Enough ambiguous pictograms. Oh, wow. Wow. I have not really spent much time in this demo yet. Everything is super smooth. I'm on a 980 and I'm getting a full 60 frames a second. Super smooth. Oh, wow. And the materials are beautiful on these eggs. They have those nice specular reflections going on. The textures are quite high resolution. Yeah. The positional... You stay away from me. The positional audio is highly effective. The dragonfly flies around your head, which really encourages you to... This dragonfly is making me nervous. You stay away. Stay away. Got away from that. Oh no, it's back. It's back. Ah! Okay, I think we are free of the dragonfly now. Nope, not quite. Ow! That thing is like the size of a puppy. It's not a small insect. But yeah, this is a common trick in VR to encourage people to look around by having some kind of audio source that circles them. It's a very common, almost gimmicky kind of trip. Oh boy! No! Your food's over there. You stay away from me. Oh boy! Here comes the big guy. They have some awesome build-up for this T-Rex. Ah! Jesus Christ! He's really close to me. Like, I have been through tons of VR demos, but this is seriously intimidating. Like, he is like 4 feet away from me. His tongue is like the size of my bicycle. It's a big tongue. All right, and this is the part where I can control his head, I think. Yeah. Oh boy. Ah. Okay. Just gotta... Whoa, and that breath? See the fog effect from the breath? It's volumetric, so it doesn't look like a flat billboard. It's really convincing. He is. He's mimicking my head motions. See that? Oh boy. He got distracted. See you later. Bye-bye. And it really shakes the ground as he walks, and you can see it moving up and down. And the sound design is really brilliant. And as you look at the eggs, they begin to hatch. And then you can hear the little babies.
Achieved with Cryengine.
Indeed it was. So this is their demo, and 50 people worked on this, and a lot of that work obviously was introducing VR support into Cryengine, which prior to this had no VR support and was just a traditional game engine used to build most of the Far Cry series, all of the Far Cry series. I'm gonna hit space, jump back in there one more time. There's always more things to talk about. There's the Crytek logo. So the sound design right off the bat is really nice. You can hear the water off to your right from that little waterfall. The water effects are, I mean, it's not the most convincing water I've ever seen in my life, but it's very good for, you know, getting a full 75 frames a second. The footsteps are positional with the dinosaur that comes in. And the moment you come in, you can hear distant birds and things all around you. And sound design is so, and the dragonfly as it approaches, sound design is so important for effective VR experiences. It's true, Jesus. It's true what they say that audio is 50% of the experience. And I think, like, I've seen people play this demo, like, without sound, and it's really, like, they're much less affected. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna come for me. Ready, set, go! Haha! I got away this time. That's what you get. Blue sparkly monster. Alright. And this interactivity, like in addition to making the world feel just a little bit more alive, making you feel like you're really there, it also, oh, there go the birds. The birds flying off is just one of those classic film tropes to show you like something huge is about to go down, something big and scary, and indeed something is. But the interactivity, like, it makes you feel like you're part of the scene in addition to everything approaching you and treating you like a real animal. They say you're kind of taking on the role of one of the baby dinosaurs. Like, you see this one egg is hatched. I believe the narrative here is that you hatched out of that egg. You're a baby dinosaur. And I think, Jesus. And I think this is like, is this our mom? Oh, look at that saliva dripping from those teeth. Oh, this is incredible. And all that glossy lighting on its skin. You can see how its feet are resting on the ground. There's absolutely no clipping. I haven't seen any clipping in this scene. I'm so used to seeing just models clipping through each other in a variety of VR demos, and this is much cleaner work than that. This is like AAA level shit. Oh, look at those eyes. Oh, and look at how its nose bulges out when it starts breathing. You can tell this thing is very meticulously animated. See you later. Enjoy your snack. And you can see the plants bounce as it walks by. This is just amazing, amazing animation in this demo. Oh, time to hatch. So I think the eggs you look at are the ones that crack. Or maybe they're all cracking. I don't know. And they have that little dramatic thing at the end where it actually fades out before the babies hatch, which also avoids them having to animate the babies, which is fine. And you know what the hell? We're going to do it again. So now these instructions should make a bit more sense. Look at the eggs, move your head, and the dinosaur moves its head, dodge the dragonfly, and I guess this one is just look at the little dinosaur. Maybe it doesn't leave until you look at it. I don't know. That sounds plausible. You know, I'm gonna try that. This time I'm just gonna look over here. I'm gonna check out this waterfall. I'm gonna check out the pretty waterfall. This is a good game to play in a rolly chair, because you can. There's quite a bit of environment all around you in this little alcove. Notice the Crytek logo embedded in the rock over there. It's a nice little touch. Okay, I think I hear the dinosaur off to my left, but I don't think it's moving. I don't think it's gonna move until I look at it. So let's go ahead and take a look over there. There we go. I scared it. Run! I'm a baby T-Rex. You better be afraid. Better run. Get out of here. Yeah. And here's the dragonfly. Came a little earlier this time. Ugh. This thing makes me so uncomfortable. I don't like it behind me. Stay where I can see you. And it's just perfectly smooth tracking. I'm keeping a full 75 frames of... Ah! It got me that time. Full 75 frames a second all the time. No judder whatsoever in this demo, which is incredible. Garrett! Ooh. And like I said, look at the procedural animation on this hanging seaweed, always blowing just a little bit in the wind. Looks beautiful. You can see it get a little bit darker when all the birds fly off and the dinosaur arrives. Maybe that's just my imagination. That's like the shadow of... I don't even know. Maybe it's just getting cloudy to symbolize. The sky is kind of pure white up there. But it's got this nice tree canopy going on. Here it comes. Ah! Yeah! That is so close. And you know, I want to say that it's gimmicky in VR to just stick something up in your face to scare you. It's kind of the VR equivalent of a jump scare, just to kind of fill your stereoscopic range with something super close. But you know, I don't mind. I really don't mind in this case. Like, they are definitely trying to have an impact on you, but at the same time, it's it's totally reasonable, and it's realistic, and it's beautiful, and I have no problem with this. The whole demo is pretty gimmicky between the circling dragonfly and the dinosaur getting right up in your face to have an impact on you. And I think in the future, VR is going to be not all the time about just like having a dramatic, immediate impact by messing with your personal space, and more about exploring and interest and experiences as you move through a landscape. Baby time. And
Achieved with Cryengine.
but for a short demo where they really have to have an immediate impact as fast as possible and really show off all their fidelity while they're also like showing off what VR can do that the standard Cryengine is not capable of. I think this is very effective at pulling that off. So this has been Back to Dinosaur Island, which is the demo that has brought VR to Cryengine and will be turning into a full-fledged game on PlayStation VR. So look forward to it, and maybe since they're already supporting the Oculus Rift, maybe we'll see someday Crytek coming out with PC games for the Rift. You never know. I mean, they obviously support it, so maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see cross-platform. I don't know. It could be anything. I'm looking forward to finding out what Crytek is going to be bringing to us. It's actually really interesting that they sent out, that we know for a fact that they're turning this into a VR exclusive game, which is not a Far Cry game, but they did actually send out surveys at one point to people who had bought Far Cry, and they asked them, what would you like Far Cry 5 to be about? And they gave a bunch of options, and one of those options was an island with dinosaurs. And I'm not entirely sure how seriously people were supposed to take this. Maybe this was just another reference to Exile. But, maybe that would be fun. Maybe it would be cool to have a modern setting with dinosaurs, and maybe have Far Cry 5, like have a VR mode or be a VR game where you can wander around on the island with dinosaurs. And but there's no evidence that's going to happen right now. Right now it seems like Far Cry 5 is following the more traditional conservative route, and they're kind of making a totally different new franchise for VR. Maybe it'll be a new awesome franchise. I don't know. Anyway, this has been Back to Dinosaur Island. Let me know what other demos have come out lately that you want to see me play. I know I have not updated in a while, but I've got everything nicely set up now, so I can definitely and I'm done. I was tutoring for a while. My friend who is studying calculus and physics. So and that's all wrapped up for the year. So I'm gonna have plenty of time for recording seriously this time. So let me know what you want to see, and I will try and get it out. That is all for today. Everybody have a great every day.